Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I just wanted to come and run my mouth and talk about some people. I don't want to get too messy today. I don't want to get too messy today. But we're gonna shake the table just a little bit. All right. You know what? I want to start off with something a little, that's not gonna get the kids' nerves worked up too much. Let's talk about some white. Sometimes I like to peep my head in on the other side of town to see what's going on. What y'all doing over here? They always up to no good, but I was like, let me see what's going on over there. And so listen to this. Scott Disick wants ex Kourtney Kardashian to tone down on PDA with husband Travis Barker around their children. Again, this is according to the Jasmine brand. So, according to reports, media personality Scott Disick spoke to his ex, Kourtney Kardashian, and told her to refrain from PDA with her husband, Travis Barker, when the children are present. If you didn't know, the Kardashians, starring Travis Barker, who wed in 2022, share a baby boy, aren't afraid to show off their intimacy in public settings. Reportedly, an insider claimed that Scott recently spoke out against his ex having intimate moments with the Blink 182 drummer around the kids she shares with him. Scott takes being a dad seriously, does he? Oh, okay. And wants what's best for the kids, does he? Oh, okay. He puts his foot down on more and more issues lately, including asking Kourtney to tone down the PDA with Travis in front of their children. Scott and Kourtney dated on and off from 2006 to 2015 and shared three children, Mason, Penelope, and Rain. Let me just say something. Can I say something? Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. I know some of y'all will. I used to watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Sorry, I did. Not all the time. Here I go. Now I'm trying to backtrack. Now he's trying to walk it back. I used to watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians from time to time. And I don't ever remember Kourtney just being this overly sexual person, like even with Scott in front of their kids. Maybe she was, and I just happened to miss that episode. I would like to know what Scott is referring to. Like, girl, does Travis have his pants down Kourtney's? Have his hands down the front of Kourtney's pants in front of the kids? Girl, like, or are they just probably hugging, kissing? He might tap her on the butt. Like stuff like that. We talked about this the other day with Tiana Taylor, and I'm going to tell you the difference of why Scott needs to shut up and mind his business and why Tiana wasn't necessarily wrong. Remember we were talking about Tiana and her soon-to-be ex-husband, Iman. The kids, she said, are confused because Iman has, a woman, possibly women, around his kids, around their kids. And she says it's starting to confuse the children. And I felt as though Tiana wasn't necessarily wrong. Let's just call it what it is. There's a good chance, listen, any relationship can end. You could be married today and divorced tomorrow, child. Okay? So any and all relationships can have an expiration date. But I do feel like, for example, in Tiana's case, she has every right to kind of be worried about the kids because, girl, this is probably just some this is probably just some random woman who you just banging for the night. They probably ain't nothing serious. And you got this lady all around my kids, confusing the kids already in the process of us trying to get a divorce. It's already bad enough that they're being shuffled from one address to the next. It's already bad enough we have to now put our kids in two different addresses and explain to them that mommy and daddy are no longer together, right? Now you want to bring in this new layer of probably some random woman, some groupie, I don't know, off the street. And now it's even bringing more confusion to the situation compared to Kourtney's situation. Girl, that's her husband. And they got a baby together. And regardless, even if they ain't been together for 10 or 15 years, this is just not some random drive-by. I think Scott needs to cool it down. what it really comes down to, if you really want to be honest about it, I think Scott's still in his feelings because he really didn't think that Kourtney was gonna up and marry some other nigga. Okay, and Kourtney said, "Girl, you done wasted, girl, you done wasted my youth. I'm not about to go be tapping on 50, still playing this game with you, Mr. Scott." So Kourtney went and got her another man, and girl got married and had a baby, and now she over there on the other side of town minding her business. And Scott's still out here in these streets, girl, messing with these teenage girls, and he's bothered because he thought he was gonna be able to play that game with Kourtney for a long time until she woke her silly ass up and said, it's a wrap for me, Scott." Okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with y'all. If we want to be honest about it, I ain't no doctor, so don't take my word as the gospel. I think y'all need to show PDA around y'all kids. Of course, I'm not talking about, girl, busting it wide open, of course. But I think y'all should be able to show affection around your kids. Kiss your wife. Kiss your husband. Hug your wife. Hug your husband. Tap your wife on her butt so she can say, "Oh, okay, oh, stop." But she really don't want you to stop. Stop, right? You should do that around your kids. Should be able to see. Y'all want to be in these relationships, but then y'all don't want y'all kids to see a loving, healthy, affectionate relationship. Okay. Anyways, that's all I got to say about that. Let's move on. So listen, I'm not trying to start no mess down here to YouTube. I'm really not. I'm really, really not. And again, tell me if y'all think I'm wrong. So this is according to the Neighborhood Talk. Misa Hilton slams Homeland Security for raiding Diddy's home with excessive force. Did Justin need laser beams from firearms pointed at his chest? I'm not with the propaganda. Okay, so this is what she had to say. The overzealous and overtly militarized force used against my sons Justin and Christian is deplorable. If these were the sons of non-black celebrity, they would not have been handled with the same aggression. The attempt to humiliate and terrorize these innocent young black men is despicable. Enough is enough. Did Justin need several laser beams from firearms pointed at his chest? Did Christian need a gun pointed at the back of his head while he was handcuffed? How many times have we seen young, unarmed black men not make it out of these types of situations alive? My son's attorney, Jeffrey Lichman, is investigating the excessive use of force, which was unnecessary and certainly not required by this search warrant. We will fight for justice, utilizing every imaginable resource. I'm not with the propaganda. Okay. I definitely agree. Okay, I think we should start off by saying that we know that when it comes to black folk and non-black folk, we just gonna say white people. We know we are treated completely different. Okay, I think in this situation, I think that we have to be honest. I think that with the information that we've been privy to, the people saying that Puff Daddy is behind a car blowing up, they say that he is DRUG people. He is behind sex trafficking. That's just the information that we know. We don't know all the information that Homeland Security knows. So if they are walking into this situation with someone who has been accused of what we know he has been accused of, and then to add that to the information that they have, even if they don't know if it's fully true or not, we cannot go into a situation not prepared because they say this nigga blow up cars. Unfortunately for Misa, her son, Justin, and she calls Christian her other son. So we'll just say her sons. Christian is Kim Porter's biological son. But for her, her sons were at this address when the cops came busting down the door. I think that it is not realistic to act like, or just reality, to act like Homeland Security was going to Puffy's address to do a wellness check. I don't think that it's reality to act like Homeland Security was going to Puff Daddy's address because, oh, he received a few noise complaints. And when they pulled up, they had Tonka trucks and the weapons of mass destruction and red lights beaming everywhere. I think in those situations, we can be like, girl, they got a noise complaint and y'all coming with, girl, Tonka trucks and every weapon that you own. That's not the case. The case is, girl, they say this man blows up cars and that he's a part of sex trafficking and drugs. And again, that's just the information that we're privy to. We don't know everything that Homeland Security has on a whiteboard. We don't know everything they have spread out over a table. So yes, it does make sense that they came to that house the way that they did. Unfortunately for you, your sons happen to be there. And we also have to call a thing a thing. Allegedly, Miss Misa, they're saying your son is not innocent. You better pray to God that he is. You better pray to God that his daddy ain't got him in some shit that he can't get his ass out of. I think there are plenty of examples that we can use when we can say that the law enforcement have, treated black men unfairly. I think this is one of those situations when you start to look at it again, girl. This is not some wellness check. This is not some, oh, you got a noise complaint. Girl, do y'all know what this man has been accused of doing? People want to act like, oh, it's just not that big of a deal. Girl, blowing up cars is a big deal. It's too many people saying the same thing about this man. Okay? And until we find out the truth, we really don't know what he's capable of. We have to come as if, girl, he can blow up our shit too. I know that's her son. I know she loves her son. But Misa, you're not going to sit here and act like you wasn't just down to the internet a couple of months ago, dragging Puff Daddy, all because your son, girl, I think got arrested for drunk driving. It was something along those lines. You know what that man is capable of. And now, unfortunately for your sons, they're caught in the middle of some shit. That's all I got to say. Hello. Jolene, Jolene, Jolene. Okay. You gonna send my hunt, you gonna send my me, Jolene. Okay, come on. Yes, ma'am. Ooh, wee. What else we talking about, y'all? Oh, I saw this. This is congratulations for the fast food employees in California. Let me bring it up. I just had it here. Where is it at? Where is it at? I'm about to get mad. I had it saved. I have so many folders, y'all. That sometimes I think I saved stuff to the incorrect folder. So when it's time for me to get to the tea is not available. You know what? I was looking at this. Ray J gives Safaree 5K Limbo. Girl, some of y'all really mad. I mean, I get it. The whole Misa and the black sons. I get it. I completely understand. But I just feel like, I don't think this is one of those situations where we can use, them being black men, young black men, as the reason. Girl, on some real shit again, girl, your baby daddy, Miss Misa, was not accused of just throwing a little party and a noise complaint. Girl, that is not when people came to your baby daddy's address. And I know you know. Because we know what we know, and we know you know what you know. So again, unfortunately for Misa's sons, Justin and Christian, who were there, that's your son. We're going to just call it what it is. That's your son. Those people don't know your son. And low key, from what the street's saying, you might not know your son either. So if he's anything like his daddy, we hope that he's not. But if he's anything like his daddy, he might be capable of blowing up cars too. Sorry. All right, so listen to this. In addition to launching the new Tronics network, Ray J is also celebrating business with one of his friends. The singer, reality star, and entrepreneur surprised his longtime friend and new Tronics collaborator Safaree with a jaw-dropping gift, a sleek $500,000 Lamborghini. Safaree Samuels, who has been by Ray J's side through thick and thin and starred alongside of him on Love and Hip Hop at Hollywood, was overwhelmed with gratitude as he received the extravagant token of appreciation. Insiders tell us that Safaree has been an integral part uh, of the Tronics journey and demonstrated his support by headlining a full season of his new reality dating show going on a Safaree. The series will air exclusively on Tronics Network. Girl, let me say something. I know some people gonna say, "Oh, he probably wrote that off." Girl, he probably bought that. I don't know, girl. I just think it is so crazy how y'all niggas will go out here and buy y'all homeboys $500,000 cars, but as soon as it's time to pay y'all baby mamas $10,000 a month in child support, $20,000 a month in child support, girl, y'all be online acting like a goddamn donkey. I keep telling y'all, these niggas love their homeboys. They'll tolerate their children. How much you want to bet if Princess and Ray J get a divorce and Princess put Ray J on child support? And girl, the child support is $30,000, girl, because they live in California. He gonna be online acting a goddamn fool, but you just bought this nigga a whole $500,000 Lamborghini. And then it's gonna be the other people online talking about, oh, he can write it off on his taxes. Girl, he can write it off. It probably didn't even come out of his pocket. It was probably a business expense. Anyways, that's all I wanted. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good day. Bye, y'all. Girl, this was not a traffic stop. Girl, I could see if this was a situation where this was some type of traffic stop and there was a black man or a black woman in the car, and 25 cop cars pulled up and two cops were in each car. Then we could start to go down that road. But in my honest opinion, I don't think that this is the same thing. This is not some traffic stop. This is not some wellness check. This is not some noise complaint from your neighbors for throwing a couple of parties, right? This is a raid that has to do with a man who they say is very dangerous. And they say that he blows up cars. He's out here in these streets allegedly drugging people and sex trafficking people. And God knows what else Homeland Security has information to do with Puff Daddy about. And unfortunately, In this situation, your sons happen to be at a home that was being raided by Homeland Security because your baby daddy, they say, is a dangerous man who blows up cars. Girl. We cannot treat this as a situation that's involving a man who just happened to be stopped because he ran a red light. And now, girl, they've brought every cop on the north side out to arrest this man. I just don't see it the same. I just don't. And again, I think we also always have to take into consideration that we know what we know, but they know a whole lot more than what we know. And this is not your daddy. This is not your brother who just happened to get pulled up by the cops. If your daddy ain't been accused of blowing no cars up, okay. Anyways, that's all I had to say. I need to go to the nail salon. I need a pedicure. I said, baby, these feet, you gotta go to work on Myra's feet. That's for Martin. Girl, I need to get these dogs worked on, baby. Um, anyways, yeah. But I can understand that Misa, that's her son, right? And so she's always going to look at her son as her baby, right? So I can get how any parent, anyone who has love for someone, how it can be difficult to see your son in handcuffs and, have guns pointed at their heads and red lights pointed at their heads and being treated like a criminal, right? But I think we also have to take into account the situation at hand and the people involved and the accusations and allegations that are involved and the things that have been said. I mean, that's all the same thing. And the things that, while we may be privy to, we don't know all the stuff that they know. I just repeated myself 5 times. I'm gone. Bye, y'all.